Hey folks, Dave back here in Studio B, and I'm going to be rolling some season ticket baseball here tonight on the channel, getting back to my double elimination tournament. And I'm going to see if we can do that and play another game in that. I love how I love when I started playing this one here. It wasn't going to be a very long project, and I kind of like that in a way that it's something I can get done in a handful of games. So let me get down to the table here, and this is what we got. We got Texas at Boston in this game, and let me just kind of recap. Where's my? Yeah, there it is over here. Let me recap. So what has happened so far? So it was four teams. It is 1977. It is Texas, Boston, Kansas City, and Baltimore. So what ended up happening here in one of the games, Texas defeated Baltimore, and it's a double elimination. So now Baltimore is 0-1. And then in the next game, Baltimore went on and destroyed Kansas City. So Baltimore stayed alive. And then this is after Boston beat Kansas City. So actually how it went, Boston wins, Texas wins. This was the loser out game, and it was Kansas City loser out. So I did that backwards. And so Kansas City's out. Baltimore's got one loss, fighting for their life. And this game here between Boston and Texas, this is between the two undefeated teams. They're both 1-0. And the loser will go off to play Baltimore, and then that'll be the loser game out. And then they'll have to come back, and someone will have to beat the winner of this game twice. It's kind of how it goes. And David comes by. Holy cow. He's playing 77 Boston and Texas right now, too. Fred Lynn with a home run. Well, let's hope that Fred Lynn gets a home run here in my game as well. So, yeah, what it's going to play, it's not going to be an elaborate setup tonight. It's just going to be mostly just kind of me and you guys kind of looking over my shoulder or through my window, if you will. Look through my window and just kind of follow along and have some fun. How I did this here is just in full disclosure. I printed everybody on the team, on these four teams, and everybody is eligible in this tournament. It doesn't matter when you played, how much you played. I printed everybody out, and everybody's eligible. So it's not an as played. I took the most common batting lineup, and that's what I'm using, and I'm going down the pitchers in order. And I think I'm going the first three starting pitchers, and you can't rotate until the third pitch has been used. So this will be each team's second pitcher because this is their second game. So it's going to be Fergie Jenkins and Doyle Alexander will be pitchers for this game. Keep in mind, this is not a tutorial of season ticket baseball. I'm probably going to make some mistakes. It's been a while since I played, and I don't think I ever quite played it 100% correctly. It's just me. I do the best I can and have some fun with it. So if you're gonna point out my mistakes, you probably don't want to watch because I'm just playing this for fun, kind of my way. Alrighty, so let's kick things off here. It's been a while since I played this, so I need to get my cream soda going, and then we'll get the first roll of the game. All right, so Mike Hargrove is going to lead it off for Texas here, and we are playing at Fenway Park, by the way, just in case you didn't know that. And here we go. Alrighty, so we got the red die and then the white and the blue. So here we go. So we have a 1, 6, 7. So that's going to come off the pitcher card. And a 1, 6, 7 is going to be a fly ball into left field. And so we have one away as Hargrove flies out to Yaz, who's in left field tonight. And Dufferman comes by and he says he loves Doyle Alexander as a pitcher. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out how he does here. And this is the double elimination game here. Again, loser's still alive in this game, by the way. This is the 1-0 game. So we have a 4-6-4. And against a righty, a 4-6-4 is over here. And that's going to be, he popped it out. And that's going to be to the first baseman, right? That F is basically it's a fly out, but we're going to call that a pop out. So it's going to be a P3. We're going to call that. And we have two away quickly here on Texas in the first. Claudell Washington is the left fielder today. And we're gonna have to have a ballpark check here. So we have a 6, 4, and a 1 on the ballpark. A 6, 4, and a 1, and that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And I'm going to call that a G6, and that will end the top of the first. A 1, 2, 3 inning for Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas, right? So Doyle Alexander will come out. Now, if you notice here, the Red Sox I cut pretty well, and the Texas I did. When I printed this out, there's a certain setting on my printer that I need to print out to get, like, see how good the Red Sox look? And Doyle Alexander's not looking that good. It's off. I didn't have the right setting over here for Texas. So when I printed it, it was off. I forget what setting it is, but if you print it perfectly in the center, then these cards come out almost perfect. But I was a dummy and did not print it out correctly, but I didn't feel like reprinting. So Texas is going to be a little off, if you will. And David says his matchup is Doyle Alexander and Reggie Cleveland as an as played. So we're close to an as played here. All righty. So we have Rick Burleson coming up here for the Red Sox. Ooh, we have another ballpark check, and that's a 6-5-6. We add 10 for the home team, so it's going to be it's going to be a 6-6-6. Yeah. 6-6 and a 6, and that's going to be a bloop single. So that's going to drop in on the 6-6-6. So single for Burleson because he likes to mingle. Now, do we want to try to steal here? His steal is a 6, which is not terrible. Now, the catcher's arm is a 6. So let's see if he gets the jump. All right. I like to try to check that here. Let's see if he gets the jump. Oh, his speed is a 2. Ooh. No, we're not going to steal. With a speed of 2, he's got a 6 steal, but a speed of 2, yeah, I'm not going to steal. I'm going to say no on that. When I do my payoff pitch season, and I like to see if they steal, I like to check everybody, but here, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Freddie Lynn, he's got a bunt of 4. I don't know if I want Freddie Lynn bunting, though, so I think I'm going to swing away here. Yes, I have 110 paper I use. You know, I actually, the 110 works good on my printer. I actually tried the 120 and the 130, and it wouldn't work. So my printer caps out at 110. It just kept getting jammed. And I bought, it sucks because I bought a ream of each, 120 and 130, and it was a lot more expensive than the 110. And I says, well, I'll use it for certain things. It won't work. My printer will not take and it jammed it up pretty good. I had to take the thing apart. So I think I don't know if that was a 120 or the 130, but yeah, it just didn't take. So wasted some money on that. So 110 it is, unless I get on the Staples and I want to print something a little thicker, but 110 is my limit. And 110 is not bad. I mean, when I feel this is decent. I think it's thicker than a Strat card. It's less than payoff pitch, obviously, but it's thicker than Strat. And it's up there with Appa. 110's kind of up there with Appa, although the Appa is a little better. And I didn't round the corners, by the way. You saw that? Did anybody catch that? The corners are not rounded, by the way. All right, so we have a man on first. No score. Bottom of the first, Freddie Lynn. So we have a 2, a 7, and a 1 against a lefty. A 2, a 7, and a 1. And, that's a deep drive in the right field. Freddie Lynn's power is a 7. It's a deep drive to right field. 7 plus 2 is a 9. And that's going to be a single plus 1 base plus R1. So it's going to be a single. And Burleson can try for third. Okay, so that's what that means. So he's going to get a single 1 base. If he wants to try to challenge the arm of the right fielder, he can. So it wasn't quite the deep drive we thought it was going to be. Now, who's my right fielder? So that's going to be May. So May. Where the heck is May? Do I have May? May, hello, May. There he is. So his arm is a 5. So he's got a 15. Burleson's got a 2. So I would need to roll 13 on here. I'm going to say no. I'm going to play it safe and say no. So Burleson bloop singles, Lynn singles. That was a terrible power roll, by the way. But he gets the job done. So we have first and second. And guess who's coming up? Jim Rice. And Jim Rice doesn't bunt. He never bunts. So first and second. And again, this is how Dave plays the game. And I could be playing it wrong. So just if I am, that's just the way it is. All right, Jim Rice. So we have a 4 against the righty. A 4, 4, and a 3. Oh, boy. And that's going to be, of course it is. He's a double play. That's all Rice ever did is home run and double play. So a 4, 4, and a 3. It's a 5, 4, 3 double play. So Burleson will go to third, and it's going to be a double play. And so Rice gets the run to third, but yeah. Deep to left field versus a right-handed pitcher. No, it said no, it was deep. It was deep. It was over here. It was deep to right field because he was a lefty. It was deep. So Freddie Lynn's a lefty, so he hits the left field. So it's the batter. That's come off the batter, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that's the way I'm playing it. Alrighty, so Yaz comes up. So we have a man on third, 2 outs for Yastrzemski as Barbara comes by. And let's see. Yeah, I should have bunted. Yeah, I just didn't have a chance to bunt. I'm glad I didn't with Freddie Lynn, but yeah, what am I going to do with Rice, So here we go. And it's going to be a 4, 9, 6. And, there's another deep drive. Holy cow. Deep to right field. Can Yaz get this one to at least drop in? And his power is a 9. All right, as long as I don't roll a number 2, I should be okay. So Yaz goes to right field. 2 outs. Deep drive to right field. So we said it's a 9 plus. 11. That's a 20, and that is gone. Oh, just barely. Woo-hoo. 19, he would have been out, but the 20 drops over the fence. And Yaz has hit the home run, and that will be scoring 2. Burleson will score from third, and that is that. That's all right, Vin. I could have made a mistake. I preface this by saying I haven't played in a while. I'll be making mistakes. But I'm trying to go slow. I think I got that one right. I could be very wrong. And it's 2-0 for the Red Sox as Yastrzemski hits the home run. So this will bring up Carlton Fisk. And again, loser will go play Baltimore in the losers bracket game, and the winner will kind of hang around and have two kicks at the cat to win the tournament. Carlton Fisk, we're going to get a 5, 4, 7. So that's going to be hit down to second base, I believe. Right? 5, 4, 7. So second baseman is Bump Willis. And this is how I do it. 5, 4, 7 is going to be, he's going to make the play. So it's going to be a nice scoop by Willis. It's going to be a G4. And that'll end it. But they get the 2 runs on the Yastrzemski home run. And after winning a play, it is Boston 2 and Texas absolutely nothing. Alrighty, so now we bring up Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas. And Willie Horton comes up for the Texas team. And Michael says, I've been wanting to get this game. This is fun. It's all PDF. No, I think you can order. You can order teams. Yeah, you can order print. I'm sorry. You can order print. You can order print. I forgot about that. I ordered the PDF. I have a ton of PDF seasons. And I just print them out. This is one I haven't printed out a full season yet. I just kind of print out as needed. I wanted to see the printed cards. I never did see that. Back in the day. But this is it's fun. It's a kind of fun game. I like the dice combination. It's the same dice combination season ticket football. And Clay makes the red, white, and blue die with a 6 and the 2 10s. I mean, he makes it work. Okay, so second inning. And these are my homemade score sheets, by the way. I've been really into making score sheets, and you can see that I got 13 innings all panned out here. So hopefully I don't gotta go. If it goes 13, I'm just gonna call it a tie. 4 teams in the tournament: Kansas City, Texas, Boston, and Baltimore. And Kansas City's been eliminated. They lost 2, and they're out. Baltimore is 1-1, so they'll play the loser of this. And the winner of this will be 2-0. So, so the loser will play Baltimore. Then the winner of that will come back and play the team here, and they'll have to beat them twice. All right, so we have Willie Horton, and he's a righty on a righty. So here we go. So we have a 2. It's going to be here against a righty, a 2-0 and a 1, and that's going to be a 4-0 and a 1. I think that's how we do that, right? Let me just double check because it's been a while. So keeping the last 2 digits the same. Yeah, so that's going to be a 401, and a 401 is actually going to be a walk. So he gets the Pantera walk. Now, his speed and steal is very low, so we're not going to do that. So it's going to be Dave May up. So we have a man on first, absolutely nobody out. And Michael's asking about some older seasons. Yeah, I can't help you with anything on baseball that's older. I don't know anything before the 70s. That's just not my thing. And Pete M comes by. Yeah, Vinny was helping him with the ABA rules. I think Vinny sent me a whole page of ABA rules when I was playing Bank Shot. And, that was very, very helpful. Vinny's so helpful. He's unbelievable, actually. So we have a 5-4-8. So this is going to be hit down to second base. And it's going to be Doyle. So on the Doyle card here on a 5-4-8. That's gonna sneak in to right field for a hit. Now, this is where I think I can, because it specifies the field, if I want to take the extra base, I can try that. But with who's in right field today? Carbo. I don't know if Carbo's arm is that good, but this guy's speed is a 1. So Willie Horton says no. So we're going to get another single. A single. So we're going to have first and second for the Texases. And it's going to be Toby Harrah coming up. So first and second, absolutely nobody out. And let's see what's going to happen here. So Fergie Jenkins trying to get out of this jam here in a second. Boston up by 2. Oh, another 4. So we got a 4, 6, and a 9 giggity. And that's going to be against the righty. Oh, strike him out. So Toby Harrah with a big swing, and we have 1 away. That will bring up Bump Willis. Bumpity, bumpity, bump. Pick up the papers, put them in the basket. Bump, bump. Bump Willis is a switch hitter. And so we have a 3 over here. A 3, a 7, and a 0. And that's going to be, okay, so that's a 6-4. So I think that right there is just, yeah, so that's going to be, they're going to try for the double play, but they're not going to get it. So that's going to be, so Horton gets the 3rd. May is out at 2nd, and the fielder's choice, and Willis is safe at 1st. So we have Horton at 3rd and Willis at 1st, and now we have 2 outs for Juan Beniquez. Here we go. And Pete said he's just joined a 75-76 ABA co-op. Yeah, I tried to play that. I like that. I played one game. I wanted to play that in Player of the Game Basketball by Downey, and I couldn't do the as played. I really would have to. I'd have to mess around with some teams. I still might go back and see if there's a couple teams that would work, but when I tried the sales in San Diego sales, it didn't work. So, but I'll pick another game and get back and play that. And I'll have to see if I have any. I think I have it in replay. Oh, you know, I finally got the codes for replay PC basketball, so I might go in there and fiddle and diddle with that as well and try to get that going so I can play more of that co-op. All right, so we have Juan Beniquez. He is the 8 hitter, and we have 2 outs, and we have 1st and 3rd. So we have a 5, 7, and a 0. So this is going to be hit into left field, the Yaz. 5, that's going to be an out with a 0. Yeah, so it's going to be, he's going to make the catch now. R3 would have tried to tag, and I would have had to play at the plate, but because there's 2 outs. We're just going to call that the F7. And Yaz makes the catch, and Jenkins will get out of the inning. Leroy Jenkins gets out of the inning and does not allow any runs. So we go to the bottom of the second as the Red Sox 2 and the Texas 0. And Pete's playing into bank shot right now. Can't get it off your table. Isn't that like an addicting game? I just kept like I said, that was on my table for a while, as you know, and I kept playing that. And the only thing the only way I got it off the table is when I played 49 quick text hockey and highlight hockey. Highlight hockey, I just got addicted to that. Then I couldn't get that off my table. So it's been a fun summer of finding new games for me, or spring and summer. And the Big Red Machine comes in. Dun, 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 dun. The Big Red Machine, Kane coming by. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Vinny says, research this season and see what has the most appeal. That's the thing there. I almost played some map of football tonight, but I says, no, I want to get back to this project here. But yeah, it's hard to get bank shot off the table. Yep. And yeah, you get the free rolls and a couple sample teams, so you can play this game for free and see if you like it. You know, and Vinny's trying to brainstorm of what tournament he wants to do. I know, isn't that a good problem to have, though? We have so many games and so many things. It's a good problem to have. All righty, so we have George Scott coming up, his first at bat of the day. Again, it's 2-0 Red Sox here in the bottom of the second. I'm just kind of taking my time with this one here. So we have a 4, a 5, and a 7 against the righty. So a 4, a 5, and a 7, and that's going to be hit down to third base. And we're just going to call that a G5, and there'll be one away. And yeah, Vinny has all the college sets. He's big into the college. I have one college set, and I'll play that NC State game. I don't know who they played. Who was it that NC State played? But I remember watching that whole game. Was it 83 or 82 or something like that? For some reason, I don't like college basketball. Sorry, I just don't. But I watched that entire game one night. I don't know if it was I think I was home alone. I think my mother was working or something like that. And, you know, it was a weird night that I found myself by myself at the house and I could just watch the game. It was just one of those things that I just was home alone as a teenager watching the game. Houston, thank you, Cutter. So I'm going to put that on the table. So we got Bernie Cabo, the right fielder. Another 4. Wow, I need to change that. It's all 4s, right? 4, a 6, and a 1, and that's not going to be good. Oh, yes, it is. It's going to be a single in the center field. So Bernie Cabo wraps a single up the middle, and he's got crap for speed, too. He's a 1 speed, so he's not going to be stealing. And so with 1 away, that brings up Clell Hobson. Let's see what he can do. Olajuwon. Oh, it's Olajuwon. Really? I did not. Lorenzo Charles with a last-second shot. The thing I remember about that game, and I remember talking to Vinny about this, the only thing I remember about the game, I don't know who was in the game again because I don't follow college basketball. And at the time, I didn't follow much basketball at all. Just that NC State was kind of like the darlings of the tournament. I do remember that. And they just couldn't hit a shot. For some reason, they couldn't hit a shot all night. And there was this one kid, and I don't know who it was, but he just kept hitting three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. And if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been in the game. They wouldn't have been in the game at all. Because I remember that towards the end of the game, he got the ball, and he was well behind the three-point line. And he put up this bomb to try to win the game. And I was pulling for him because he was the only guy that was hitting a shot. At least that's what it felt like. It felt like that NC State just couldn't hit anything, and he was dropping them in from the outside. So I was like, how cool it would have been for that guy to win the game because he deserved it. And the shot come up short, but the guy caught it and slammed it in at the buzzer and gave NC State the win. So he didn't get the game-winning shot, but that was that's the only thing I remember about that game. And maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I just remembered that this poor kid in the outside is dropping him in, and no one else could hit anything. And I'm like, man, if it wasn't for this kid, you know. So I don't know who that was, but Vinny says Chris Cochran. Mike says Derek Wittenberg. So I'm not sure who it was, but it was somebody that was just hitting. I thought it was a lot of threes. So three-pointers weren't in college 86. So maybe I'm remembering well, but I remember this guy was just hitting from outside all night long. I thought it was a three-pointer. I could, like I say, it was a long time ago, and but that's just the only game I ever remember playing. So and maybe it wasn't 3 points, but maybe it was just outside shots that he was hitting. Uh, but I remember he took a long one at the end, and he missed, and the guy caught it and dunked it for his team and won. So, alrighty, so we have a man on first, and now we have Butch Hobson coming up, and we have a 2. It's going to be over here against a righty, and a 2, and a 4, and a 2. And that's going to be hit right back to the mound. So a 1-6. Okay, so yeah, so it's going to be another fielder's choice. So Carbo's out at second. Hobson will beat the throw, so they don't get the double play. And so now we have 2 away. And now that's going to be Hobson sitting at first base. And we have bottom of the order coming up. Denny Doyle is what it is. And so we have a 1, 7, and a 7, and that's going to be hit down to the shortstop, and he'll just take the easy out, and we'll call it a day. So, after 2, again, we're taking our time here tonight. It is 2-0 Boston on the home run by Yastrzemski, and that's where we stand here in this game between the undefeated teams in my double elimination tournament. So now we have Sundberg. You know, I always sing that when he comes up. You better get in. So the bottom of the order, it is Sundberg. And we have a 2. He's a righty. A 2, a 9. A 2, a 9, and a 2. This is going to be hit into left field. 2, 9, to 2. It's in the left field. This is going to be a problem. Oh, he's a power 3, though. He's not a very good power ranger. So power 3 in the left field. A 9 and a 3 is a 12. And that's going to be a double off the wall. So Jim Sundberg, bottom of the lineup, comes in and will double off the wall. And so they have a man on second base. And that's going to be the top of the order now, Mike Hargrove, as P-Jet comes by. Almost played some hockey tonight. Who was it? Was it Ryan? Somebody was asking for the Thrashers, so I almost pulled out a Thrashers game. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow before work or something like that. And I'll get the Thrashers on. They had a couple games that were interesting in 07, 08, because that's the season I have. So I might do that. I think I might have some Thrashers and Hockey Bones too. I gotta see what season. I don't have as many seasons of Hockey Bones as I do Apple, because there's not as many available. Almost pulled the trigger on the 24-25 hockey Apple season. I still might. I still want to play some of those games from last year. I still might. I gotta see. I was really almost did it at the end of the playoffs, and then I didn't, and then I cooled down a little bit. But now I'm getting the itch again. So, and GRK says Wittenberg was the shooter in the championship game. Okay. So, yeah, I wasn't sure who it was. And ACC had 3-point shot that year. Terry Gannon was the shooter that took advantage of that rule. Yeah, I got to go watch that game on YouTube again and follow it up here. But it was that was just fun. And Vinny's playing. Yeah, he's playing. I think he's playing highlight hockey, 24-25, Oilers and the Kings. So, how'd that work out, Vin? Did McDavid get bounced? Did McDavid get bounced by the Kings? Come on. All right, Mike Hargrove, top of the order, man on second. So we have a 4, a 4, and a 4. That's 3 4s. And a 4, a 4, and a 4 is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. So what's going to happen here, how I'm going to play this, it is hit the second. I'm going to have the runner go to third, and we're going to call this a G4. So that's a classic just ground ball to second base. All righty. So Vinny's playing the highlight hockey. Cutter's playing some Stone Cold PC 24-25. And, oh, no way. The Oilers got bounced 4-2 in that series. Ooh, I want to play the Toronto, Florida series. That's the one I want to play. I should play that in highlights, but I really want to get that in APA too. All right, so we have Campaneris coming up. So now we have a runner on third. There's one away. So Juckett says do not play infield in the third inning. That's what he would tell me if he were here right now. And so we have a 3. That's an odd number. It's a batter number. So we have a 306. Uh-oh, struck him out. So Fergie Jenkins with his second strikeout. And we have 2 outs now. And that runner, Sundberg, with a leadoff double, is sitting there at third base, wondering if he's going to score. Claudel Washington comes up, and he grounded out back in the first inning. And so now we have a 3, a 6, and a 5. And holy smokes, he strikes out. So back-to-back strikeouts by the Fergster. It is nothing across here in the third, so we'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 for the Sox here in the 1977 double elimination mini tournament here with season ticket baseball. I forgot how much fun this game is. And this game gets deep. I'm really kind of playing a light version of this. And what I like about it is you got a quick start guide and you can just kind of play. And then there's a lot of pages in the rule book if you really want to take this game to a deeper level. So this is one of those games I really like that it offers you a couple different ways to play. You can play it really light and really fun and really basic, and then you can start adding all these layers on if you want with this game. And Sean says he likes the Gordon Lightfoot. Sundberg. I always sing that, don't I? Every time Sundberg comes up, I got to sing that. All right, so Doyle Alexander back on the mound, facing Burleson. Oh, I forgot about the fatigue in this game. Pitcher fatigue starts at 0, and the stamina rating, so his stamina is a 6. So he can go 6 without any issues. And Fergie Jenkins is also a 6. So in the 7th inning, that's when fatigue starts to happen. And I think it's every time someone gets a hit, a walk, or a hit by a pitch, they get a fatigue point. That's right. I forgot about that. Every game does it a little different. I always have to refresh myself. All right, so here we go. Leading off is Burleson. He's the top of the order here in the bottom of the third. So we have a 3, and a 0. And he's going to single again, an infield single. Now, if I really wanted to, I could take a look at my hit location here, and it's a 0. So I could say that he hit it to the mound. So he hit it to the pitcher. Doyle Alexander can't come up with it. It was a tough play to handle, and Burleson's on with a single and an infield hit. No error on the play. And I don't know where I got this. I don't know if this is an official season ticket hit location thing or if somebody came up with this, but I like little things like this when people create this, if the game creator does not. And it just gives a little bit of detail, if you will, to the game. So it's still hot. I still have the AC on. It's still 81 degrees outside. We actually went down to a park right at the water today. We went down last night with some friends. We wanted to hang out down there. They got like a little arcade, and you can get popcorn and ice cream or whatever. And there wasn't a parking spot within a mile of the place. And we didn't know what was going on. It turned out there was a jazz festival that we didn't know about. So today, my wife's sister called and says, "Come on down, we're having a picnic." It's like, we ain't getting near that place. She says, "Oh, no, there's plenty of parking today." So we went there. We parked right up front. And it was still so hot. We were in the shade on the water, and it was so hot. My poor wife was sitting there. You could just see the sweat coming off her. I'm like, oh, my gosh. So we didn't last too long. I think I got a chocolate shake to cool down. There was a nice excuse to have a chocolate shake. Shake Shack is pretty good, but this place was all right. And it was hot out today, but we had a fun time just kind of hanging out. We took the little dog with us down the beach, whatever it was, and it just was still so hot, and it's still 81 degrees out right now. That's hot for up here at night, because I walked outside to put up my Coyote camera. I backed the Coyote camera up tonight. I put it on the sidewalk because they've been walking by the camera, and we saw crap right in front of our house on the sidewalk, and she said it was all full of hair. So I'm like, well, that must have been rabbit fur. Sorry, it must have been. And because last night on the Coyote cam, 2 of the babies come out, the puppies. Well, they're not puppies anymore. They're pretty big. And they walk right by the camera. So I'm like, well, that's where he must have went and took his dump. So I backed the camera up. I want to see how far out of the woods they're coming out. So we'll see what the camera gets if I get anything tonight. All right, so Burleson on first, and there's nobody out for Freddie Lynn. And Freddie Lynn, let's try a bunt. Let's go to my bunt. I'm a bunter here, and I got to bunt before Michael comes in, because if Michael Canistrari comes in, then I can't bunt. He doesn't let me bunt. All right, so his bunting is a 4. And let's see what we can get for Freddie Lynn. Oh, that's not good. 4 and a 10 is 14, and he fouls it off. So he's got 2 strikes. See below, 1, 2 strikes. See below, 1, 2 strikes. Continue with a flow chart above. Two strikes, flow chart above. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. So we're just going to swing away, but there is a... So 600 to 699 is a strikeout. So if I get... So it says 600 to 699 will be a strikeout. Okay, so if I roll a 6... Okay, so I get 2 strikes. So he's just going to swing away. Okay, so I don't get the 6, so that's okay. So I get a 2-1-4, and that's going to turn into a 4-1-4, and oh boy, that's going to be a double play. 4-6-3 double play. So Freddie Lynn can't get the bunt down and hits into a double play. So the bunt does not pay off. I've been rolling bad, really bad. And this whole strategy's here too. You can bring the infield in. You get the bunt defense. And again, I don't really play a lot of that. I just play for fun, really. But this game gets really deep if you want to get deep. All right, so the bases are empty for Jim Rice. And he's got a 5-7-2. That's going to be an out. Yeah, without even thinking about that. Yeah, 5-7-2. Fly ball to left field, and that'll do it. So Sox get absolutely nothing here in the third, but they still lead 2-0. And the whole key about this is this blue die. So when you get a fielding check with a 5, anything low, real low is going to be an out. Anything real high is going to be a hit. Kind of the way to look at that. So usually 0s, 1s, and 2s are outs. So you don't really have to think about it too much. But I still check, but just kind of how this game plays. It's like the football game. The blue die is the key on defensive checks. All right, so let's go to Hortons now. And he got a walk and got the third base, but got stranded there back in the second. So we're in the top of the fourth right now, and Willie Horton comes up. And so we have a 2. He's a righty. A 2, a 3, and a 3. And so a 2-3-3 turns into a 5-7-3. So that's hit the Yaz, and he'll make the catch in left field. Don't even have to look at that. So Yaz with the catch, and is 1 away. So Horton does not hit a who. Horton hits a fly ball out. Dave May with a single. And now we have a 481. And he's hit by the pitch. Ooh. So Dave May is hit by the pitch. And he'll take his base. Now his speed is a 3. Steal is a 2, so he's not going to steal. Toby Harris, he's a bunt of a 6, but we have 1 away, so we're going to swing away. We're swinging away with 1 away. 599, this is trouble. This is going to be trouble. So this is hit down a Carbo, and the 599 is going to be trouble. And that's going to be, that's going to be a 1B plus, which is just a single. Runners on second and third score, runner on first to second. So it's a single 1 base. So May at a second, Hara with a single, and now we have first and second with 1 away. Dave May home with Dave May single. Dave was a mess. He's hit by the pitch. Dave's a mess. So now we have Bump Willis, who hit into a fielder's choice. 2 on, 1 away here in the fourth. We have a 1, an 8, and a 7. And that's a fly ball into left field. And everyone on first and second is going to have to hold. So it's a second fly ball. So we have 2 away. Alrighty. So now it's Juan Beniquez. He also flied to left field. So Yaz has been busy in left field today. So Jenkins trying to get out of another jam, 2 on base again. So he has a 1-2-3 inning, then a man on base, and then another good inning, and then 2 men on base. Let's see if he can get out of this one. Juan Beniquez trying to make something happen here. And it's a 597. That's going to be trouble. We already talked about that. Bernie Cabo, a 597. That's going to be a double. And R1 question mark. So R1 can try to challenge and score. Well, we're going to have to take a look at that. So that's a double. So May will score. Toby Harrah, he has a chance to score. Now, Carbo's arm is a 5, which is not terrible. Toby Harrah's speed, though. Oh, it's a 7. Oh, we're going to send him. All right, so it's a 7 versus a 5. All right, so let me get this. So May will score on this on the double. So Beniquez doubles. May will score. Harrah's going to try to come around third and score. So what's going to happen is it's going to be a 7 plus all these, and I got a meet or beat a 15. So I need an 8 is what I need. So that's a double in the right field. Carbo gets it in. The relay home. So what do I say? I got 15 minus 7 is 8. So I need an 8. These have to total 8. Here comes the play at the plate, and he is safe. Just barely. I got the 9. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's in there by an eyelash. Where's Juckett? It's an eyelash. And so Toby Harrah comes around to score, and the game is tied at 2-2. Just what we need, extra innings. So the double by Beniquez scores the run, and I like the plays at the plate like that. That's what makes a game fun. And so it is now 2-2, and now it's Sundberg, and he had a double too. So if he gets another double, Texas will take the lead. So Fergie, a little rattled here. A little rattled. There we go. So we have a 2 against the righty, a 0 and a 4. And struck him out a little late, but he struck him out. And they will get 2. So it's tied up at 2 right now as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Tough inning for Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas. All right, Doyle Alexander back on the mound. And Kyle Yastrzemski is going to lead off the 4th here for Boston. In a new game, it is 2-2. Texas has fought back. And here we go. So we have a 1, 5, and a 9. And outside, ball 4, that'll be a walk. So Yastrzemski's on. And he's got no stealing ability at all, at least in this game. So he will not try to steal. Carlton Fisk. I think we're going to let Carlton Fisk hit away here as Mr. Baseman comes by. And so we have a 2. He's a righty. A 2, a 3, and a 0. And that's going to be 5-3. It's going to be hit down to third base. The only play is to first. And Yaz will get down to second, and we have 1 away. But Yaz moves into scoring position. And that brings up the boomer, George Scott, who grounded out to third base back in the 2nd. Hoping the boomer gets something going here. So man on second base, that is Yastrzemski. He doesn't have any speed, by the way, but Yaz doesn't need speed because he's awesome. And so George Scott now in the bottom of the 4th. A 1, a 1, and a 1. And that's going to be so 1, 1, and a 1. A 1, 6. So I think what I'm going to do on this one, hang on a sec. Let me double check here. I like to look at some of these things here. So I didn't have any infield in or anything like that. Again, this is not a tutorial. This is me just playing. So how I'm going to play this one here on the 1-6 is I'm going to say, well, I think I'm going to roll a decider die is what I'm going to do. Alrighty. So Yaz is on second. So if it's defense, he makes a good defensive play and Yaz stays. If it's offense, then he will get the base. And what do you think I did? I dropped it right on the freaking ground. Are you kidding me? This is why I don't do this. All right. And it's offense. So Yaz will get the third on the play. Smart base running by Yaz. So Yaz the third. And we're going to call this a G1. So there's 2 outs. And Yastrzemski gets the third base on the play. I think that's about the only fair way to do it. And now it's Bernie Cabo. Bernie Cabo, who's having a tough day in right field. He really is. I should have brought in Dewey. But anyway, here we go. And we have a 5. Oh, this is a 2. This is the catcher. Oh, boy. 5-2-1. That's not going to be good for Carbo. So a 5-2 and a 1 is 5-2 and a 1 is a strikeout. Strike him out. So Carbo did have a single earlier, so I can't give him too much crap. But here it is after 4 innings. It is 2-2 here at Fenway. So Doyle Alexander's 26. He was still pitching in 85, so he was still pitching into his 30s, huh? I suppose he could. A lot of those pitchers pitched a long time back then. All right. So where are we now? So we are in the top of the 5th, 2-2. The two better teams here in the tournament going at it here at Fenway. And it's going to be the top of the order, Mike Hargrove, who was 0 for 2 today. And we have a 5-1-8. That's going to be trouble. 5-1-8. That gets right up the middle through the legs of the pitcher in the center field. And Hargrove is on with a single. And he's got 0 speed, so he's not going to try to steal. The human rain delay, Mike Hargrove. Yeah. Was he the guy that was doing all the dances in the rain at Fenway that time or wherever it was? Campaneris, we have a 3, and a 7. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. And everyone's going to hold. And so there's 1 away. We have Claudel Washington. He's 0 for 2 today. And we have a 3, a 6, and a 0. And to me, that's a strike him out. 2 away. So Fergie Jenkins not making this easy on himself, but he's still coming through with a couple of clutch pitches here. So we have the DH Horton who walked and flied out. Here we go. So we have a 2 against the righty. A 9 and a 1. And this is deep into left field. This is trouble. With a power of 6. I have the power. 2-9-1. Right? Deep into left field. Here we go. With a 6, this could put this game, I don't want to say out of reach, but 2 runs might be a lot. 6 into left field. 6 and 16 is a 22, and that is gone. That is gone. The DH Willie Horton with a 2-run home run. Hargrove will score along with Horton, and it is now 4-2 Texas. Don't mess with Texas. And they're messing with Texas. 4-2 here in the top of the 5th. So a home run here. So Fergie Jenkins now digging himself a big hole. A 1, a 5, and a 9. And that's going to be hit to left field as well. But Yaz will make that catch. But damage has been done. There's 2 more runs here, so 2 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th. And Texas now has the lead 4-2. Dun, dun, dun. And, oh, good, we have Butch Hobson and Denny Doyle coming up. Alexander pitched 20 years. Nice. Nice. I don't do the weather in this game. That's just a little bit more than I want. It's nice. Again, this game gets deep. You have some options. It's kind of like the Dynasty League Baseball that I did. That game it gets super deep if that's what you want. And sometimes I'm interested in that. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it's like a nice simple game, and I just kind of don't take in all of that. But it's nice to have that if you want. All right, Hobson, a 5-7-7. Oh, this could be trouble, actually. This is hitting the left field. And Washington. 5-7-7. Ooh, a 5-7-7. That's going to be a double for his trouble. So Hobson, we started making fun of him here, but he's going to double, and he's going to get down to second base. And that's going to allow Denny Doyle to come up and try to drop a bunt. So let me get my bunt chart, because I never remember how to do that. Oh, actually, you need the bunt chart anyway. So there we go. All right, so let's go to the bunt chart. Denny Doyle, a 6 bunt. Oh, I got to roll them all. Here we go. I need a nice high roll here. 7 and 9 is what? 16. A 16 and a 6 is 22. And that's going to be a 2-4. So it's hit down to, the catcher. The catcher goes to first. All runners advance. Batter out if the arm beats out the batter's speed. Oh, so he has a chance to beat this out. So the arm of the catcher is a 6. So we have a 6. His speed is 2. So a 12. So here it is right here. So how this works out here is I need to roll 6 or better. And, so he is out. Okay. So Doyle gets the sacrifice, and that's going to send Hobson to third. All right, so we have 1 away, and we have a runner at third because we want to get some runs in here. So now Burleson comes up. We're not going to play infield in just yet. We're in the 5th. We have a 2-run lead, so we're going to play back. We're going to play infield back, okay? Hobson, once in a while, he wasn't too bad. All right, so it's going to go Burleson now. Let's see if we can get the runner home here. Infield is not playing back. 5-2 and a 2. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's see here. So who's my catcher against? Oh, Sundberg. 5-2 and a 2, and that's a strikeout. Oh, boy. So Burleson strikes out with a man on third and is 2 away. So they get a couple of chances to drive a run home. Freddie Lynn. Come on, Freddie, a single. And then he hits into a double play. We have a 120 and hits that in the right field, and that'll end the inning. So the Sox squander a double by Hobson. And so we'll go down here to the top of the 6th. It is 4-2, Texas. All right, Toby Harrah will lead things off. He struck out, singled, and scored on the double by Beniquez, which actually tied the game at the time. All right, come on, Toby, straighten out. There we go. Straighten out. A 3. 9 and a 7. And see you later. Goodbye. Toby Harrah, a 3, 9 and 7, and he rocks it out of the park. And it's now 5-3 for Texas. And the Rangers just might have put this one away here in the 6th. So 5-2 now. Bump Willis, a 4, 5, and a 9. is going to be hit down to second base. And Denny Doyle with the play. So we have one out now. Juan Beniquez, who hit that key double back in the fourth inning. I'm sorry. Fourth inning. And so we have a 6, a 4, and a 6. I think that's going to be an out. And that'll be hit down to second base. Third base, G5. G5. $3.99 is your favorite season ticket roll. Yeah, it's Home Run City, isn't it? I guess it is. Yeah, I used to kind of know the rolls a little bit when I played this more, and I was getting used to it. But now I haven't played in a while, so now I'm getting used to all the rolls again. Sundberg, a double and a strikeout. A 1, a 2, and a 2. That's going to be a 3, 2, and a 2. That'll be strikeout. So he's got a couple of Ks, but one more run. And it's 5-2 now, Texas, as they put pressure here on Boston. But no lead is safe at Fenway. Yep. You might be right, but we'll find out. Let's see how good the 77 Sox are. So Jim Rice coming up to lead it off. He's hit into a double play, and he's flied out, so he's done absolutely nothing today. So let's see what he can do. And so we have a 2, 3, and a 9. And he hits it down to third base. And Rice is, the DH Rice is on the verge of getting yanked here. When my DHs do nothing, that's when I go to the pen. I go to the pen to call up another hitter. Here's Yaz. He's got a home run today. He accounted for all the Red Sox runs today. A 4, 3, and a 1. And that's going to be a fly ball. Popped it out to third base. So a ground out and a pop out to third base. So Toby Harrah's been busy over there. Toby Harrah with 2 hits and now 2 putouts in this game. Fisk with 2 away. And we have a 4, a 0, and a 4. And that'll be a walk. So Fisk salvages a walk, gets himself on base. He's not going to steal. Now the boomer coming up, George Scott. He's done absolutely nothing today. So the Red Sox bats, except for Yastrzemski and Hobson of all things, have been pretty quiet. So here we go. George Scott with the man on first. We have a 1, a 3, and a 5. And that's going to be a nice little fly ball into center. And that will do it. So since the initial 2 runs in the first, it's been all zeros. Excuse me. We go to the 7th. And now pitchers can get fatigued. So I got to remind myself that. Do you know what I did too? That's just kind of neat. The great thing about creating your own score sheets is you can put on there whatever you want. And so what I did, if you noticed here on my score sheet, that I have a little fatigue rating. So for the games like season ticket, I can just kind of put a little slash so I can keep track of the fatigue. And there's some games that's what I do because you need to keep track of, what their fatigue level is. And so I did create that. Yeah, it was kind of a neat thing to do. It took me forever to make the score sheet, but it'll come out nice, I think. And the other thing is, as you can see, if I go into the program, I can type in the names. So I don't have to write in the names, and I can just kind of print out the score sheet all ready to go. That's my own creation. Top of the 7th. It is the top of the order. Hargrove, 1 for 3 today. And we have a 4. We have a 3 and a 2. And that's going to be a walk. And that's going to create a fatigue now for Fergie Jenkins. So Hargrove was on with a walk. And Campaneris comes up with a bunt 9. So he's going to drop the bunt down and try to move it over here. And Clay comes by. Good to see you, Clay. He says, it's disappointing when a $3.99 isn't a homer, especially with a power hitter. So far, Bernie Combo's over here. His $3.99 is just a walk. So, so it's not automatic. I get it. Okay, so we have, we're going to do the bunt here. Campaneris with a bunt 9. A bunt 9. So we have 3 13, 14, and 9 is 23. So he's going to get a good bunt down, but now it's going to be a play at first base to see if they can get him. So it's a beauty of a bunt. Was it? So what did I say? That's a 13, 14, and 9 is 23. So this is hit down to third base. So let's check third base. Who is Hobson? So Hobson's arm is it's a 1. So he's got a speed of 8. So he's got 18. Oh boy. I need to roll 17 to make the player. He's safe. And he is safe. So Campaneris, we're going to give him an infield single. And so now the Rangers, they have first and second with absolutely nobody else. And Claudel Washington's going to come up. Oh, boy. And Rowdy comes by. Good to see you, Rowdy. And, so Clay was talking about the $3.99 when it isn't a homer. And let's see here. So we have Claudel Washington. 2-on, nobody out. Texas trying to blow this open. It's a 3, an 8, and a 2. And that's going to be, it's going to be an infield single. So I'm kind of looking at that as everybody gets a base. So the bases are loaded on the infield single by Washington. And this brings up Horton. Here's a who. All he's done is walk and homer today, along with a fly ball. Tough times here for Fergie. Oh, and he's got 3 fatigue now. Oh boy, I think we need to take him out because in the 7th he's got 3 guys on base, so he's 3 fatigue right now. So Fergie's coming out. So the Black Eyed Peas are done. And who are we gonna bring in here for a relief pitcher? I like Tom House. So we're going to bring in Tom House as our relief pitcher. And so Fergie's going to go, what did he go? 6? He went 6. And so we're going to bring in T. House. It's a Tom House. All right, Tom House coming in. Tough situation. Bases loaded. Absolutely nobody out. I think we play for 2 at this point because we're down 5-2, so we're not going to be playing infield in. All right, that's kind of how I'm going to call it. We're going to play normal, which is a lot easier, by the way. So we have a 368. This is a fly ball into center field. That's going to carry, and that's going to be an out, and second and third will tag in advance. So Horton hits it deep. So Horton hits a who. So F8, but that's going to score Hargrove and Campaneris to third. So we have first and third with 1 away. Another run comes home. So Willie Horton, the DH for Texas is getting it done. The DH for Boston, absolutely nothing. So Dave May comes up. All he's done is get hit by a pitch and score a run. So did I screw that up? Lefty versus right. Did I screw that up? Did I screw that? Hang on a sec. I might have screwed that up because he's a lefty pitcher. Did I screw that up? I forget what the result was. Did I screw it up? I forget what the roll was. It was F8 plus. So F8 plus, F8 plus. F8 plus. I think that's what the roll was, right? So the just against the batter, I don't think it mattered. I think I got it right. It wasn't a split roll. Yeah, I think it was just over here, right? I think it was 360 something, F8 plus. I think that's what I got because I don't have anything here that would. There's no F8 plus. It's different. These are all kind of the same. So I don't think there was a split on the play. So that is that. All right, so we have one away, first and third, and Dave May. I don't know. I'm just bringing in pitches, Vin. I don't really think that far in advance between lefties and righties. I see what you're going with that. Yeah, I just bring in guys. All right, so we have a 5-1-4. Oh, back to the mound. 5-1-4. And so it's a 1-3. So how I'm going to play this, he hits it back to the mound. Runner on third stays. Play to first only. So we're going to go G1, and no one's going anywhere on that hit. That's how I'm playing that. So we have 2 outs now, first and third. And Toby Hara coming up. And we have a 1, 3, and a 5. And he walked him. So he walks, the bases loaded. It's actually not a bad idea. Hara's got a home run and a single. So that's going to bring up Bump Willis, who's 0 for 3. So the bases are loaded. We have 2 outs, 1 in, and it's been all Texas since the 4th inning. So here we go. Bump Willis against House. We have a 6, and a 2, and a 6, and a 6, and a 2 is a wild pitch. Oh, no. A wild pitch. And the one runner comes home. Everybody moves up a base. Good thing I got my Texas hat on, right? A wild pitch by House, and another run comes in, and now we have second and third. Yikes. How do you play the stamina 0? Yeah, I think I'm actually supposed to give him a fatigue for everybody that comes on base, but I didn't pick up on that. But I think that's what you're supposed to. Again, I prefaced this by saying I was going to make mistakes, and I'm just kind of playing this, and this is not a tutorial. So I'm off the hook for any mistakes I make in this game, just to be clear. Okay, so yeah, so there probably should be some stamina on here. I'm gonna let him go this inning though, just because I'm a nice guy, and I'll give him stamina next inning. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do it here, just because I'm a nice guy. But I think you're right with stamina 0. I usually assume that they get 1 inning before they give stamina up, but maybe this guy shouldn't. You say you play yours as the inning entered, no fatigue. Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. I mean, everybody should get at least 1 inning. But again, I'm not questioning the game or the ratings. It's just kind of how I play it. So we have Bump Willis is still up here. So we have first and third. And now we have a 3, 0, and a 5. So he'll get the strikeout here. But damage has been done. 2 more runs. And that's where we stand right now. It is now, what's that, 7-2 Texas. And it's just becoming a nightmare right now. So Doyle Alexander, now he can be fatigued. I think we're going to get rid of House. Yeah, House come in, and he burned down the house is what he did. So I'm trying to think who I can bring in. Again, everybody is eligible. Oh, well, you got to do this. You got to bring in Bob Stanley, right? If we don't bring in Bob Stanley, then Jucket's not going to sleep. So Stanley will come in. Bernie Cabo coming up. He's having a tough day. So Carbo's coming out, and Evans is coming in. So Evans is going to go in the right field, and Carbo's coming out. So Dwight Evans comes in, and we're in the 7th. All right. So I'm going to do that. So Dwight Evans is going to come in and play right field for the Sox. It's Wills, no Will. It's what you're talking about, Willis, right? It's what you're talking about, Willis. Wait. It's not Bump Willis. Oh, it's Bump Wills. What you talking about, Willis? That's what I always called him, Bump Willis. Probably because it's when I looked at his baseball card real quick as a kid, it looked like Willis. I didn't think anybody's last name would be Wills, so I always called him Bump Willis. I even have him on my score sheet as Bump Willis, so he's Bump Willis tonight. All righty. So Dwight Evans comes in against Alexander. See what he can do. So we have a 1, a 5, and a 7. Oh, and he'll single because he likes to mingle. So Evans is on with a single. All right. So Sox got a man on here, but they're going to need more than that. So here's Butch Hobson, who does have a double tonight, by the way. does have a double for his trouble. Oh, and now Alexander is the fatigue 1 because that's the first runner on base after his fatigue. So I'll try to keep better track of that. We have a 605. That's a 615, and then a 625, and so that'll be a pop up here to the shortstop. So Hobson pops it up, and there's one away. And now we have a powerful hitter here, Denny Doyle, who can go deep at any time. So we have a 4 against a righty, a 4, and a 4. That's the second time tonight we've had that. So that's going to be hit down to, it's a 4-6-3 double play, right? 4-4-4. Yeah, that's going to be a double play. And that'll end the inning real fast. So there it is. 7-2. We go to the 8th. Sox started off good. The Yaz home run in the first had Fenway rocking. But not so much now. So we're going to bring in Bob Stanley. And he'll come in here in the 8th. And he'll, he can't blow it, right? All right, so now we have Juan Beniquez, and I spelled his name wrong on my score sheet too. He's got a double in this game. So we have a 2 against a righty, a 1 and a 5, and that's going to be hit down to second base. And we have one away. He's the son of Maury Wills. Oh, was that the guy on Maury? Is that the guy, the TV guy? And Dufferman wanted to see Stanley, and he got it. He's got the Stanley Cup in here tonight. Sundberg, 5-8-0. Well, that's going to be an out. I know it's going to be an out, so it's going to go F8. I'm not even going to look at it. All zeros are outs, I'm pretty sure. So 5-8-0 is an out to center field. And Hargrove will come up. He's been on base a couple times. We have a 6, a 3, and an 8, and a 6, a 3, and an 8. It's going to be ground ball down to second base. And so it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stanley. How about that? So House comes in and burns the house down. And this is where we stand, 7-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Alexander, 1 fatigue coming in here. All right, 1 fatigue. And now we have the top of the lineup, Burleson coming in. And we're going to be putting in some more pinch hitters in here. Just a heads up, by the way. All right, what can Burleson do for you? So we have a 2, a 3, and a 2. Not good. Nope, hit down to third base. And we have one away. All righty, yeah, we'll talk to you later, Vin. Thanks for coming by. And Freddie Lynn usually does pretty well for me, but a 4, 3, and a 0 is going to be hit down to second base. So we have 2 away. Jim Rice is 0 for 3, and he's coming out. So we're going to bring in a hitter for Rice. We're not happy with Rice. So we're going to bring in somebody I know. I know some of these guys. Bob Montgomery, that'd be hilarious. Oh man, I really don't have anybody good to bring in. Dave Coleman's terrible. Bob Montgomery's not bad. Bob Montgomery is coming in, and he's going to be my pinch hitter. My game, my rules, right? When you're a DH and you start playing really bad, then you come out, and we're going to put in this old guy just to make you look really bad, Mr. Rice. So Mr. Rice is out of the game. And I'm out of my cream soda, too, so we got to wrap this up. So Bob Montgomery comes in the pinch hit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Let's see if this gamble pays off. So we have a 6-1-7. That's a 6-2-7. That's a 6-3-7. And he's going to stroke it well right down to second base, and he is out. Now, no matter who it was, it would have been out anyway. So that is it. So nothing for the Sox in the 8th. Look at that. It's all zeros after that first inning for Boston. Doyle Alexander with just the 1 fatigue, doing pretty well. Stanley will come in here in the top of the 9th. And let's see what he can do here as he faces off against Campaneris, who singled and scored a run. Carbo has, well, let's pull out the Carbo card so we can take a look at it. Oh, no, Carbo's over here, right? We'll take a look. Somebody's talking about the Carbo card. So here's the Carbo card. So he's got a, on 464. Oh, yes, that is 464 to 478. So he's got the home runs right here. But his Ks are filling up his 300 to 399. Yeah, he's got a lot of Ks over here. So again, don't question Clay. Look, because if you see the wall behind him, it looks like a detective room with all the strings going with all the places and all the people. It kind of looks like a crime scene in his office. So he has all the stats to back it up. So don't question him. Let's see. Campaneris leading off the inning. Christopher comes by a little late to the party. Well, you haven't missed anything if you're a Red Sox fan. If you're a Texas fan, then you're having a good time. 626 is F6. And it's going to be a pop-up to what? Shortstop. A P shortstop. I call it a pop-up, not a fall-out or a fly-out. Just kind of how I do it. 1 away. And Stanley now, well, he can go 2 fatigue. So this is his second inning. So Stanley cannot get fatigued right now. And so Claudel Washington, what has he done today? He's got a single, 1 for 4. And he's got a 5-4-0. So that's going to be, he's going to hit it down a second. That's going to be an out. Do I need to check? No, I don't need to check. I'm just going to call that a ground out for. And just to make sure, if I call up Doyle, yeah, actually would have been a double play. But I'm pretty sure all zero. Clay, is that right? All zeros on defense are some kind of out, so I don't need to check. I'm pretty sure I don't need to check. All right, so we got 2 away for Horton. Yeah, it's Horton. He hit any who's here today? Yeah, Horton's got a home run today, by the way. Home run. Let's see what happens here. So we have a 1, an 8, and a 6, and that'll be a single because he likes to mingle. So Horton, the DH. Nice to see somebody's DH coming through today because one team's DH didn't work. Dave May. Let's see what he's going to do here. He's got a single, and he's hit by a pitch. Let's see if Stanley throws at him. We have a 6. Oh, so that's going to be. Oh, he's not fatigued. A 6. Oh, a 6-9-0. Uh-oh. 6-9 and a 0. And that's going to be a double. That's going to be a double. Now, on that double, 2 bases. So there's no runner scoring here, even with 2 outs, I believe. So that's going to send Horton to third. He will hold up at third. May with a double for his trouble. And now it's going to be Toby Harrah, who's having a monster days at the plate. Okay, and all zeros are outs. Okay, so if there's nobody on base, I don't even need to check to see what's going on. Okay, I kind of thought that was the case. Toby Harrah, they're going to let him pitch to Toby Harrah. Why not? Second and third, let's pitch to Toby Harrah. What could go wrong? A 4-26, and that's going to be a walk, so he walks the bases loaded. And it's going to be, yeah, well, there's a controversy with this guy. Is it Bump Willis or Bump Wills? You know? Bump Wills. I'm going to call him Bump Willis because that's just what I do. So each person had a 3-point shot. So I thought they were taking 3-point shots in that game, that championship game. I could be very wrong. I'll have to go watch the highlights again of that. Again, it was a long time ago when I was a kid and I didn't know anything about college basketball, but for some reason I watched that whole game. Bump Willis. I call him Bump Willis, okay? Bases loaded against Bob Stanley. Classic matchup. 7-2 Texas in the ninth. So we're going to get a 3, a 5, and a 7. And he's going to nub this off the end of the bat. And it's going to go to the third baseman, and Hobson can't make the play. Runners score. No error on the play. It's going to be an infield hit. And another run comes in for the Texas team. And it is now 8-2 in the ninth. So Butch Hobson can't come up with that little nubber. And that is that. There are very few range ratings below 2. Are almost always out. That's what I thought. But I always check anyway, except for the zeros, And that 0 to 3 on the blue die is an out. Okay, so we got Juan Beniquez, who I spelled his name wrong too on my chart. Bases loaded. Doesn't even matter anymore. A 4, a 5, and a 7. And that's going to be hit down to second base. Well, they'll get the out. Another run comes in, though, and this is what we're looking at now. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-2. As we go to the ninth, Doyle Alexander is only a 1 fatigue. He's pitching a masterpiece. Okay, so they did not have 3 points. So he must have just been taking a long shot. So my memory serves me as some guy just kept hitting long shots, and they were scoring. I thought they were 3s, but obviously they're not. So that's fine. So it's even easier for me to play then. When I play that game, I don't have to worry about 3-point shots. All right, Yastrzemski got a home run back in the first, and then he went to sleep like the rest of the offense of the Red Sox. So we got a 3, a 1, and an 8, and he's going to hit this one deep into left field, but at the wall making the catch is Washington, and we have one away in the ninth. Carlton Fisk. He's done nothing today, like everyone else. A 4, a 2, and a 3. Strike him out. 2 away. So Texas 1 win away from sending the Sox to a do-or-die game against Baltimore. And it's going to be George Scott. And a 625, a 635 for the home team. And that's going to be hit down to first base. Dun, 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 and that will do it. So the final score, it is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-2 for Texas. So what does that mean? Well, again, that's 4-team double elimination tournament. So Boston beats Kansas City. Texas beats Baltimore. So that means Baltimore and Kansas City play in a loser's bracket, and Baltimore easily wins that 11-1. So Kansas City's out. So Baltimore is sitting there waiting for the loser of this game, so it'll be Boston. So we have Baltimore and Boston, loser out. And Texas at 2-0 will sit around and wait for the winner of that series. And all Texas needs to do is win one game out of a possible 2. And that will be that. So, kind of fun. I gotta say, I forget who was it. Joe Cards that told me to do the double elimination tournament. I forget who it was, but it's neat because you can just play a handful of games, and it doesn't take that long to play. And it gave me a chance to print out some of the season tickets, teams from '77, because I have a bunch of seasons, and just get a chance to get them on the table here and play. And again, this is one of those games I forgot how fun season ticket was. I haven't played it, I haven't played this tournament in a couple of months, and it's just fun. And I do like how I really played it kind of light tonight. I really didn't get into a lot of the deeper things this game can offer, but I just go by the quick start card here. Let me go overhead one more time. So I use the quick start card, and this is what I get most of my results from. And I really don't go too much deeper than that. But if you really want to get deep into this game with all kinds of things, it gets deep. And I said that in the beginning. I like how games I can play them light like an APA Basic and a Strat Basic, and then if I want, I can get APA Master, Strat Advance, and Season Ticket does the same thing. You can play it nice and easy, or you can really kind of get into the weeds and really kind of get into ratings and challenges and the whole bit. So it's kind of fun to do both. But in this one here, I just kind of like to play it light, especially at night after a very hot day. It says temperatures to plummet tomorrow on my computer here. Good. it, just, it just gets hot here in the house, even though we have the AC on. You walk outside, it's like, oh man, it's just too hot. So anyway, so that is that. So congratulations, Doyle Alexander and the Texas Rangers are favorites now to win this little mini tournament that I did here. Was it a double elimination? They call it. It's kind of fun. So should have some fun with that. But anyway, I am Dave from Studio B. I don't know if I'll do anything else later on tonight when we get back from the beach, kind of the beach or whatever it was, the coast today. I crashed for a while. I was tired when I got home, so I crashed. So I'm kind of wide awake now. It feels like it's like 5 in the afternoon right now for me, which is a bad habit to get into. But anyway, so I may set up something later and do something. If not, thanks for coming by, and I will hope to see you later this week. Bye-bye.